Good morning. I'm honored to join you today in Spokane to celebrate the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I want to thank the Martin Luther King Jr. Family Outreach Center and their executive director, Frida Gandy, for organizing this event. I also want to thank Spokane NAACP President Keonta Duncan and immediate past President Curtis Robinson for their leadership and tireless advocacy in the Spokane region. Dr. King's leadership inspired a nation. It challenged us to fight discrimination and uphold civil liberties of all Americans. We passed the Civil Rights Act of 1964. His vision and strength helped guide our country towards a path of a more perfect union, and today we remember his work. Dr. King said, "An injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere." We are not upholding the civil liberties of all Americans. Minneapolis, Louisville, Kentucky, and many places around the country showed us just that. Millions of Americans have marched to make sure that we uphold the civil rights of all Americans. So we must do that by passing new legislation in the United States Senate. The Congress must pass important police reforms, and I'm proud to be a sponsor of the Booker-Harris legislation that bans chokeholds, no-knock warrants, and discriminating profiling. We need to change our approach to youth criminal justice as well. We should make sure that we're focusing more on investments in education and housing and public health. We must partner with our communities to support young people in their activities in their earliest days. And I will continue to work with my colleagues to pass these important reforms. There's also much more we need to do to make sure that everyone can benefit from our economy and the economy of the future. We also make sure that we address our COVID pandemic and the continuing challenges to make sure that everyone has access to health care, that we're protecting housing, and continuing to make reforms in all our communities. All of these things are things that Dr. King worked hard to do, to address and to fight for the voting rights that gave everyone a voice in our democracy. Well, speaking of our democracy, in a few days, we will see the first African-American woman sworn in as Vice President of the United States. My colleague, Raphael Warnock, a pastor of the Ebenezer Baptist Church, where Dr. King once pastored, will be sworn into the United States Senate. So today, the King legacy continues. The legacy continues in people like Harris and Warnock, but it also continues in all of us if we help illuminate the future by carrying the torch that Dr. King carried as well. Thank you. I look forward to working with all of you in the next year and many years to come. Thank you.